Yeah, I'm getting high as fuck every day, can't you tell? I want some meals, yeah, I'm up for rapping bricks up, put them in the mail. I've been in it wild, yeah, but I get the key for free, this shit not for sale. I've been trying to tell, yeah, I cannot love you, shawty, I don't love myself. I feel like an hell, yeah, you got so lonely now, yeah, I've been hell. She not the same, yeah, she brought the James and nobody else. I'm in pain, I'm in pain, up all of the mouth. She thought my name was loljamie, another bitch, my name LOL. I am so crazy, yeah, like Joker. My bitch away, she like I just spell. She got some ass, I'm tryna bogey.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Expressions podcast. And today I have with me an artist who I think is one of the most criminally underrated people on the SoundCloud platform. And literally one of the most talented dudes I've really had the pleasure of listening to in the past year. So I've known him for a while now. As one of the first people I've really locked in with as an artist through this music shit. So very much a full circle moment to have him on the podcast now. I am joined by the legendary and soon to be legendary to everyone's mind, LOL Jamie. Jamie, welcome to the fucking show, my brother. How are you?
Shucks, man. I don't know how I'm gonna live up to that. That was a pretty crazy ass introduction.
Hey man, you deserve it. You deserve it, Jamie.
You got me blushing over here.
Thank you. No, of course. I do mean that as from a music perspective. There's not many things that you cannot do, and I don't think enough people have heard your music, but that will change for sure. And just as a person, man, one of the nicest, most down-to-earth guys I've ever talked to through this. You're always so supportive, positive, and I know a bunch of other people would agree with that, man. So it's really a pleasure to have you on the pod. But bro, how are you feeling today? How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling pretty good, man. I've been up since like fucking I got up at like 7. I usually get up at 6. I gave myself an extra hour, got to fucking work, made a fucking couple songs, did a couple opens, and shit. Now I'm just kind of here.
Yeah. Early riser, man. I respect that. I respect that. What do you like anything about the early mornings in particular? Obviously, you said you get up early for work, but is there anything you like about waking up that early? Seeing the sun.
I like oh, my bad. I didn't mean to interrupt you, bro. I didn't mean to interrupt you, bro. What you say?
No, you're good. No, I just said, is there anything you like about those early mornings, man? The sun rising, birds starting to chirp. You know, what do you like anything about that? Or are you just like, fuck, I would rather not get up this early?
Nah, it's like it's kind of a pain in the ass when you first start getting up early, but like once your body just like gets in the rhythm, it gets so fucking convenient because you can just get like hella shit done and it's like still dark outside. Like I just fucking play video games and shit. I just do all my homework, get all my fucking music out the way. And then it's like I don't got shit to do for the rest of the day.
Yeah, and yeah, you can just kind of kick back, do whatever you feel like doing for sure. Yeah, no, there definitely is there's definitely some value to waking up that early and really making the most of those early mornings. So
yeah.
Jamie, though, start us off, man. Where are you from? Tell the people.
So I'm in Marietta. It's like a suburb outside of Atlanta. So that's where I live.
Marietta, Georgia. What can you say about Marietta, man? What is it like growing up there, living there? You grew up there, excuse me?
So yeah, I'm from I was born in like Birmingham, Alabama.
Oh my God.
And then we moved over here when I was like in middle school.
Okay.
And it was pretty cool. I didn't really like get out that much. I was like kind of like a nerd as a kid. And so I was just like chronically online. And that's kind of why like I got into music so heavy because it's just like I didn't have shit else to do. So that was like one of the only things I liked. And so I just like would spend hours and hours just listening and researching music and shit.
Yeah. And I'm curious to think what you could even do in a place like Birmingham, Alabama, especially growing up off rip, because like middle school, you obviously did spend some time in Alabama, and yeah, Marietta, Georgia as well. I can only imagine what there is to do. Georgia seems like a bit more. There's a lot more motion. Birmingham, though, I might be mistaken. I don't know shit about Alabama. Is there a huge difference
it's definitely
from when you
a
moved?
little slower over there.
Yeah,
but
was there a huge difference from moving to Alabama to Georgia like that?
I mean, kind of, but like at the same time, it's like I didn't really notice that much of a difference because it's like I was just inside all the fucking time either way. So it's like I don't know, like I could tell there was like more. I guess you could just say like diversity and shit over here. And like over there, I was like around like a lot of like rednecky people, and so it was just kind of like just kind of like not really like a good vibe.
No, not just I get exactly what you're saying. So you said something I like. You used the phrase chronically online. And I think for a lot of people in this scene, I think they could probably agree with that. Even myself, like I will say for myself, I was definitely outside a lot as a kid running around, but when it came to music and it came to listening to music, anything I could do to get my hands on new music and anything that was coming out, I was doing it. Using the most off-brand, craziest looking app to download music illegally on my iPod Touch back when I'm in like fifth, sixth grade. Doing anything possible to listen to the shit that I want to listen to. So what were you listening to during that time when you're, like you said, chronically online, always looking for new shit, always just trying to find something that will essentially blow your mind from a musical standpoint? What were you listening to? Who was inspiring you when you were growing up?
That's a crazy question. So I got one guy in particular. Uh, it's pretty funny. So I went to school with this guy that you might know. His name is Sofaygo.
Yes, sir.
You,
Yes,
I
sir.
don't know.
You did. You did tell me this. I was gonna bring this up. I was gonna, it's funny. I was gonna bring this up at the end. I was gonna ask like a bunch of quick questions and be like, "What was it like going to high school with so Vegas?" So please tell the people. Tell the people.
So when I first heard about his music, most people weren't really fucking with it because he was just like a nigga at the school that made music. And it's like
Yeah,
most people aren't gonna like, no matter like how good you are, like when you first start, people just aren't really gonna take you seriously and shit.
of
They're just gonna be
course.
like, that's just a nigga that goes to my fucking science class. I'm not gonna listen to this shit. But like I said, I fucked with music, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna give it a shot and just listen to it and see what it was. And I actually really fucked with it. And then he moved schools, and I kind of like didn't pay attention to him. And then one of my other friends showed me to like his music. He was like, "Oh, you remember this dude?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I listened to him, and he was hard as fuck. And then ever since then, I just been like fucking listening to him heavy, and it's been like really motivational just seeing him like grow as an artist. Cause like, I mean, shit, we went to the same fucking school, so it's like if he could do it, like I know I can do this shit too, you know?
Yeah, and that is so fucking crazy to actually have a guy like that, go to school with him, excuse me. So I'm assuming you met him in Georgia when you moved. You guys went to
Yeah,
the
I
same high
didn't
school?
really like know him for real, for
No.
real. I mean,
Mhm.
like he was just like I might have like seen him in the hall and like giving him like a head nod or whatever. And
Yeah, yeah,
like
no,
I got
that
like a
type
couple
shit.
DMs where I'm like just being a fanboy and shit. But I mean, like he didn't really like know me for real. I didn't really know him for real.
Yeah, yeah. But it's more so, at least in my opinion, whether you had one conversation, 100 conversations with them, is the fact that, hey, looks like we're at the same starting point. We live in the same town. We go to the same high school. We're in the same motherfucking classes with the same teachers. And like you said, if you can do it, I can do it from there. I remember, I know Jump and JD and all those guys very well. And that's basically the way I got to know you. And Jump came on the podcast and he's like, yeah, my high school, we've had a couple like pretty famous people come through, and I'm like, who? He's like, oh well, like Raven from That's So Raven, Usher, and like Playboy Cardi, and also Southside Silhouette and Drax, who just
Yeah,
did.
I was
It's
listening to that shit and I was like, what the
like,
fuck? This nigga went to high school with. I was like, that's the same school?
like I asked him, like, bro, what's in the fucking water where you live? Like, what kind of a school is that? Like, how do you have Usher and Playboy Cardi at the same high school? So, like, for guys like Jump and all them over there, like, yeah, I'd feel really fucking confident about going into entertainment, whether it be acting, music, um, being an athlete. Well, that's a different thing. Whatever it may be, like the fact that you saw Sofago at ground zero and then to see where he's at now, getting signed to Cactus Jack, breakout hits, touring the world, etc. Like I'd feel the same fucking way. Like, oh, I could do that too. Why couldn't, why not me? Right? You gotta ask that
Yeah,
question. Why
exactly.
not? Yeah. Oh, I love that. Well, hey, shout out Sofago. And you also told me though he did keep it really real with you and like gave you some really good advice at one point, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he said because I told him because at first I was like I started producing. That's how I like started making music. Because I wanted to rap, but I was like I wanted to be like on some like spiritual lyrical shit. Like on like I was like rapping like Kanye and shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But um fuck, I started making beats because I was like, oh, I don't want to have to pay producers to make beats every time I want to make a song. So I'm gonna just learn how to produce. And I was like really shy and I kind of gave up on rapping. And fuck, bro, I'm tripping out. I'm fucking rambling. But
No, no,
anyway,
no, dude, you do keep going, keep going, keep going. And also too, like I edit all this as well. So like I'll send it to you before. So whatever I need to cut out, like I'll cut out this obviously. Whatever I need to cut out, change, whatever. All good. Keep going. You're doing great, though.
Okay. But yeah, fuck, where was that? So I was producing
Hmm.
and I was like really, really shy as a kid. So I didn't really like feel like I was like, oh, like I don't need to be like a rapper. Like I'll just be like in the background. But like I said, when I saw him do it, I was just like, well, fuck, dude, like I can do this shit too. So I told like I was basically saying, like, yeah, you're like the hardest dude in the area. Cause I mean, like he fucking was at the time. I mean, like it's fucking sofaygo.
Yeah, it's
And
nah.
so
Trust. I love so big of you, bro. Trust.
yeah. And so I basically was like, yeah, now that you inspired me to like start like rapping for real and like trying to put my voice out there. And he just said like, yeah, you just gotta like stay humble and perfect the craft. And I mean, I just like I don't know. I think that's just like a pretty good way of phrasing it.
No, 100%. That's real as fuck. And again, shout out to Sofaygo for taking the time to like give you game, man. And from a person who doesn't really need to give you game, he doesn't need to give you a second of his time, but he sees someone trying to make something of themselves with their music, and he's just giving that game out, giving that love out. And I love to see that, man. And I'm a huge Sofaygo fan, and only cements that more. So, Sofaygo, man, you're listening to this. Thank you very much. We appreciate you.
Yeah, shout
So,
out to Vega.
deadass. So, Jamie, man. I like to, if you listen to an episode of the pod before, I love to bring out people's resume, and I like to get the people a little bit more familiar with who's on the pod, especially if they're not familiar with who you are. And something that's really, really cool about you that I actually don't get to see as much when I do this show is like, bro, you've been making music and posting music for a long time, and you have all those songs up. Like your earliest song, Blame Game, is from 5 years ago. 5 years ago, which is fucking crazy. And even like your biggest song in terms of streaming, Everything Stays, prod by you too, over 12,000 streams now, like years and years and years ago. Most artists just don't do that now, and a lot of their older shit they're always taking down, deleting, whatever. But I like an artist where I could really go back and see what LOL Jamie was like, what, 5 years ago in 2018. What was that little Jamie like, right? I love to be able to do that. So what is it like to been making music for this long, man? Yeah, what has that all been like? And how do you feel you've changed from all the way back in Blame Game 5 years ago to the Son of James Volume 1 that just came out? What has been the biggest difference, and how much have you grown as a person since then?
Um, that's a pretty crazy question too. Damn, this is a good ass interview. So
Hey
like
man, I'm trying my best over here.
so yeah, nah, I keep all my stuff up for that exact reason because it's like I kind of want people to be able to see. It's like we were talking about earlier. It's like you're not like I'm not good when I first started. Like, you just gotta have confidence in yourself. And it's
I
like
don't know if you were. I don't know if I'd say that. I'd say you were still good when you first started because you're just really fucking talented. But I get what you mean. Yeah.
yeah, it's like I don't know. I don't want people to think like, oh, like I was all like I don't want people to like see my first song and it's like a song that I put out like last week and they just think like, oh, that's where I started from. So like that's how I have to come. It's like it's okay to like start from level one and like boss up slowly, I guess, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, that 100% makes sense. Are you still going? My bad.
Oh no, that was basically it.
No, yeah, I totally understand. And yeah, you've definitely progressed as an artist. Like I've gone way back in your discography. I've gone all the way back in preparation for this, but just in general, I remember like a month or two ago, I sent you your Anime World remix, Saw Baby. And I was like, yo, this shit is
No,
crazy.
it's crazy. All of my
Yeah.
music from back then, I can't listen to. I'm like, I just cringe so hard. And it's like, that's one of the only ones from back then that I can listen to and like be like, okay, this is actually all right. Like, this isn't a horrible song.
I love that song. I mean, Anime World by Saw Baby is like one of my favorite songs ever. So like that beat is so good, and you just went so crazy on that. People listen to that one, please. So yeah, I just appreciate that from you. But I mean, if we're gonna bring it up to speed today, dude, I really think from an experimental perspective, like you push the boundaries with your sound. There's no one in your lane right now. Like and I want to talk a little bit just you as an artist, right? That's where we're going. Your vocal inflections on songs, your tonality where you go really high, really low. Like you have songs. One of my favorite songs by you ever. I sent you this and told you about it. Grayscale Asylum. Dude,
Right?
you'd think that there's 6 different people on that song. You
Yeah,
would
no.
think. And that's not fucking true. There's only one person on that song, and on top of that, you produced it. I just don't think enough people have heard a lot of this stuff. Intrusive Thoughts, another song where it's like where Grayscale Asylum's a little bit more upbeat with these crazy ass drums, but Intrusive Thoughts a real emotional piece. Like you're really singing, you have an incredible voice. Like there's not something that you can't do, but what you do is just very much left of center. It's not it really is in your own lane. So how would you describe your music? I'm curious of that because I even thinking prior to doing this interview, trying like, how the hell do you describe Jamie? I don't really think you can. There's no box you could put you in. You don't make music that a lot of people are on, and even to even add further, even the songs on my page that you sent me, and I absolutely love. Drugs and Sex with OK Mason is an incredible song. Not enough
Yeah.
people have heard. And Sandas, oh my God. Yeah, it is really unbelievable. So how do you explain your music? If someone's like, what kind of music does LL Jamie makes? What would you say? How would you describe it?
So I don't know. I try to like when I write music, most of it, I mean, like I embellish a little bit, obviously. I mean, it's trap music. Like, you gotta kind of keep it in a certain lane,
Yeah.
like lyrically. But for the most part, the stuff that I talk about is stuff that I like actually experience and I actually live. Um, so I mean, it's like I'm a person, so I don't really experience life in like one like lane or like one theme or something. It's like I have like a range of emotions. I have like a variety of influences, and that just kind of like enables me to make different types of music and just kind of like I don't know, just create, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I completely understand that. And you do have a shit ton of influences, none of it just from you can tell just by your music from what I'm listening to, but even you're on your Instagram and look at the way you're dressing, the way you present yourself, like you clearly have been influenced by a multitude of different things, man. Whether it's from mentioning sofaygo, clearly like you be on like your emo sort of vibe, and I fuck with that. And you're probably pulling from so many different places from there. Um, and also too, you said this, all your songs are just about what you're living, like about your life and what you're currently seeing. And I really could feel that, man, because I think the best music to me, I feel like the soul of the song from the person. You feel like all your shit you're saying like is real, is coming from you, like and the energy you bring to the song, like it's real. There's no way you could fake that energy, right? So whatever the emotions or whatever you're rapping about, singing about, those emotions coming up is all real. You can hear that through your voice, through the song. And I really appreciate that about you.
Wow, man, thank you. Yeah, I mean that's how I try to think about it. I mean, I just like you just gotta have confidence in your voice and shit. So that's good that you like you hear that in the music. So thank you,
Oh,
appreciate that.
it's impossible not to hear. If you're listening, you have two ears. You should hear it too, in my opinion. I don't think it's that hard to hear, but yeah, it is true for me. So, Son of James, Volume One, you are back with the tape. Fucking finally, we're back. We're back. I was very very excited for this. The last tape you dropped was the Grayscale Experiment. Excuse me.
Right,
That
right.
was last year, but we're finally back. 2023 is ending, and we can't end without an LOL Jamie tape. So, talk to me. Son of James, what was it like making it? The album is fire. I love it. I could talk about my sort of opinions and feelings about it and my favorite songs, but I'd love to know what was the process like making it, and what were you really trying to do with this tape?
Honestly, I mean, I was just trying to like I just make music that I like. I don't really try to like think about it too hard. If like so I was just I
Yeah,
basically just the way that I used to write songs was I used to like produce them and that would take like really long time to make like a beat that I liked enough to want to rap on. And then I would basically kind of write the song. And I basically just switched the way that I recorded. And I just went from like doing that to just like getting on other people's beats and just like trying to make songs like not as fast as possible. Like I still care about the songs and shit. And I still like think about it and put like, you know, like a dedicated time and energy into it. But it's more about just like, okay, how can I make like a song as catchy as possible, as like, I don't know, just like as good as possible, I guess. And I was just like making songs for real. Like I just wasn't really thinking too hard. Like
hmm
my other projects are like a little bit more like conceptual, I would say.
yeah,
These are kind of just like a collection of songs that I think are pretty good.
yeah. And you're correct. They are really fucking good. There's a lot of high points on this tape. Probably the song that's sticking out to me most right now, and it changes, but that song Zombie with Tarantino motherfucker, I guess his name is.
Yeah, dude, that kid is so fucking hard, bro.
Bro, that kid is fucking amazing. I was trying to like find his Instagram and everything like that. I was gonna text you though, because I need it. He's fucking crazy. He's crazy. I was like, who is this guy?
Bro, he's so fire. I just found that nigga on Instagram too. Like, it's so how good these kids are at making music, bro. I was telling him, like, I wish I was that good when I was your age. Like,
Bro,
it's nuts. Like,
it is out of
Jesus,
fucking
bro.
control. Nah, I completely agree with you. It's absolutely out of control. It's just great to see though the talent, and obviously you just mentioned he's a younger kid too, so that's great to hear. Like whole career ahead of him. Tarantino, motherfucker, if you listen to this, keep making music, man. We're a fan of you over here. I definitely need to tap in more with him. Um, another song that I love was brought them all. That shit was crazy. Bounty was crazy. I was a huge fan of all these songs, and honestly, if you look at the numbers too, dude, everything's doing really, really well right now. Even your song Claymore, Fernier,
Yeah,
is that
Fernie. Shout out Fernie.
Fernier? Oh yeah, okay. I don't know if I said that fucking wrong. That song's fire. Already 1,300 plays already. What has it been like to see people really fucking with this tape off rip too? Because like the numbers are there for sure, especially you haven't dropped the tape in so long.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty crazy, bro. I was dead ass finna quit music. Like,
Don't say that. Don't say that on here, man. Come on.
yeah,
Well,
no, because
yeah.
I had like a lot of personal setbacks, and I
Mhm.
was just like, bro, it's just not even worth it. Like, I just can't even do this shit anymore. And I was like so ready to quit. And then I was just like, you know what, man, fuck it. Like, I'm gonna just start making it again just for fun, like with no expectations, no like anything. I just started posting reels on Instagram, and people started liking them, and I was like, huh, okay, I guess I'll see what happens. And so I'm just gonna keep seeing what happens.
Jamie, man, I'm gonna, yeah. I sit here on this podcast and I talk about whatever the fuck I talk about every episode, but dude, please don't stop making music, man. Really
I
don't.
can't. I'm in too
Like
deep
the
now.
talent there, like, bro, you really can do something like really, really crazy with this. You really can do so. If you lock in, just stay consistent for a little bit, like you'll start to see the returns.
Thank you,
You'll
man.
start to see them. Real shit though, real shit. Like without a doubt. Like even to see bro doing like 1400 in what? Let's say 8 days for what you've like posted so far, like and how active you've been is crazy to me. It's crazy. It's a lot, bro. People obviously fuck with you, including myself. So we exist out here. LL Jamie fans, we exist, man. We exist if you don't believe that.
Appreciate that. I appreciate y'all.
So Jamie, man, tape is going very, very, very well right now. What can we expect going forward from you? Obviously, the year is about to end and everything like that, but going into 2024, can we expect a lot more LOL Jamie music to come out? Maybe a couple tapes in this next year, whatever it may be.
I mean, shit. I pretty much record almost every day,
Love it.
like a lot of unreleased music. So I mean, it's probably gonna come out eventually. I mean, yeah. No, I'm definitely gonna be dropping more music. I want to try to get some visuals out.
Hell
Uh,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, just like more shit, just like more of the same but better.
So a visual, any song you have in mind you want to do a visual for right now, or is it just down the road it'll hit?
I don't know.
Like you know what song? Mm-hmm.
I haven't really felt like a song that I'm like connected to enough to like want to invest in a visual. But I mean, like when I hear it, I'll hear it, you know? Like
Yeah,
when the time is right, you like when the time is right, you'll know, you know?
I got you. I got you. Well, I'm very excited to see that. Um, Something I'd really like to know. I kind of asked you about, what were you listening to? Who's inspiring you? But when it comes to like the artist, Jamie, like what I'm listening to, and I mentioned before, like your crazy vocal range, your vocal inflections, like you just do crazy shit on the microphone. Like who's been like that main source of inspiration that's like inspired you to do shit like that? Because I think of like the current scene of like what you're doing right now. You could kind of think like you hear like Thug has definitely done, you could hear like that Thug influence potentially. Another
Yeah,
person
for sure.
when I think of you, more of like a modern, I think of like Bear One Boss, just
Mm.
like doing just crazy shit is the best way I can explain it, but not in like a crazy bad way. Crazy like this is just different, but nah, this is hitting for me. So I mentioned Doug, I mentioned Bear. I don't know how accurate that is to you in your opinion, but you know, any who's really inspiring you to do these kinds of things and really step outside of the box?
So I mean, I'm not gonna lie, bro. It'd be like too many people to name. Like I said, I
First one to
was
come to
like
your head. First one
chronically
to come to your head.
online, bro. Like, I mean, Thug, honestly. Like,
Yeah,
first one is Thug. You already mentioned he's obvious. It's like not even just with the music, but like the fashion and shit
of
too.
course.
Just like the way he carried himself. Um, so him, Uzi,
Mm,
Cardi, Juice, Peep, Future. This is one singer, Ronnie Radke.
hmm
He's like an emo singer. I like his music a lot. I mean, I mean, it's just like so many fucking people, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yep, yeah.
but
Nah, there really
everybody,
is.
like, I don't know. I just love music.
Yeah. No, likewise, likewise. I can't get enough of it. But obviously, all those inspos right there are spot on and absolutely incredible artists and musicians and just people in general, man, really doing their thing out there. So I definitely could see that. I appreciate people who really take the time and like say, "Fuck it, I'm going to do what speaks to me, what I think is hard," and like that is your whole mindset to every song. Like to me, you just make it because you enjoy it, in my opinion. And you mentioned that before, but I just really appreciate that because to me, you're just making what you like and everything you put out is shit that you really like, you know?
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. It was like kind of tough for a while because like
Mm-hmm.
niggas used to clown me so hard for making music, like especially when I was doing like the baby voice stuff. Like
Yeah.
I was like influenced by like more like hyper poppy shit. Like I like this one rapper like Sebi, his
Yeah,
music's really
Seb, bro,
good.
Sevi's fire, bro. Fuck everyone
Yeah,
who said Sevi's trash,
that's
bro.
what I'm
Those
saying, bro.
people,
Like
nah, they
niggas are
can
just
go,
having
yeah.
fun making music, and like you want to hate, but like I don't know. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, I used to get clowned real hard, and I wanted to quit.
Please don't do that, man. Please don't do that though. Come on. I love, dude, trust. I'm the same motherfucker bumping Sevi. Fucking, what's the song I love? Play Poker.
Not well, the thing was, it's like I had a lot of confidence in my music because I would hear people and I'd be like, okay, like my music is at least comparable. Like there's no way that like I'm just horrible at making music. It's like I enjoy it. I have like a pretty decent like taste in music, I would say. Like
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate a lot of different things. And I was like, this is like objective, like not objectively, but I was like, this is like pretty decent. I'm like, I just had to find like a group of people that liked it and like resonated with it. And for a while that was really, really difficult. But I feel like I found like a decent base now. And so now we can really start like pushing shit for real.
Yeah, well, let's start pushing shit for real, man. I'm behind it the whole way, man. I can't wait to see what you continue to do. And yeah, for all those kids that were hating on Jamie, man, fuck you, I guess, because
No, 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 no. Don't not fuck them. Not fuck them.
I'm kidding, I'm kidding, I'm kidding, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Nah, just saying, like, I appreciate you going battling through adversity, continuing to still stand here today, talking about a tape that you just dropped, you know, 3, 4, 5 days ago or so, right? Like you're still standing here, still doing your thing. So I appreciate that. And because a lot of people, once they hear that noise, they hear the shit that people are talking, like they just shut down. Like, nah, I guess this is whack, da da da. But it's like really separates let's say the men from the boys or the people who really say fuck it, like I don't care what you say, this is hard to me. And it might not make sense now, but at the end of the day, I promise you it will. I promise you it will. And you're gonna be looking real crazy after that.
Hey man, couldn't have said it better myself.
I love it. I love it. Jamie, what can you say about a certain someone named Sleep Relapse? We're gonna do a Sleep Relapse segment right now because I said this to you before the pod. Huge reason that I've gotten to know so many people that I consider like good friends today is indirectly because of you, because we knew each other through JD Kilborn and Jump In band. Shout out to them. And you, though, had a really great relationship with Sleep Relapse. You guys used to talk all the time about music, whatever it may be. And I think I hosted something for you, or you saw that we were just fucking with each other. And Sleep hit me up from there. It was like, yo, like, would you want to host something, whatever. And then from there, me and Sleep have become very close to this day and everything. What can you say about the legendary Sleep Relapse, man? How'd you guys meet and everything? We'd love to know that.
So I met him maybe like, I don't know, like a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. I don't remember, but I met him because he was running like a repost page or something like that. And I was just like, oh, I was just trying to get a repost. And I just ended up talking to him because most of the time, like if I'm trying to do business with people, like I try to like talk to him. I just try to let him know like I'm not a scammer, like I'm not like on some negative shit. Like I'm trying to talk to you like a normal person, you know? And it usually just makes shit go smoother. And so I was talking to him, yada yada yada. And then like we just ended up like, keeping in contact. And then he ended up like, I don't know if he was making music at the time, but he just like sent me some stuff. And I was like, dude, this dude's fucking hard. And I mean, we're just cool. Like we're just friends. He's just a good dude.
Yeah, no, I love to hear that because he is fucking fire. He's so good. I think we're gonna need an LOL Jamie Sleep Relapse track at some point.
Bro, we've
Like
been
a
trying for so long, bro. We've been
Yeah,
trying for
I
so
will. No,
long.
I will tell him he has no choice but to make something like that, and he has no choice. That needs to happen. That needs to happen.
Non-negotiable, bro.
Non-negotiable. So shout out Sleep Relapse, man. We appreciate you, man.
Shout out Sleep, bro.
For real. Jamie, what are you listening to right now?
Bro, I've just been listening to a lot of Juice WRLD leaks. Like, it's so fucking crazy. Niggas like got like 900 songs in a playlist. You just hit shuffle and just listen to that shit for fucking days.
Yeah, Juice World. Really such a shame he passed because he's the kind of guy who could have had, and he pretty much did. But I'm like, I think when it's all said and done, like a decade plus of influence, a decade plus of just banger after banger, billboard hit after billboard hit, and I think that is uniquely Juice WRLD at the end of the day. So yeah, anything else though?
Yeah, a lot of Juice WRLD, a lot of Thug. I've been getting back into like a lot of hyper pop music. Like I've been listening to like a lot of Blade and like Echo and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're pretty cool. I like their music a lot. Shout out
word.
Drain Gang.
Yeah, not dead ass. Isn't it crazy though how Blade is essentially like a mainstream figure now?
Bro, like
In a
that,
sense, like not like mainstream like Drake mainstream, but mainstream just in terms of I feel like everyone just constantly is talking about him in some way, shape, or form.
bro, because it's like he's just been around forever. Like, I mean, that nigga's a goat. I mean, it's fucking made, bro. Like, he's got connections to everybody, you know?
It's so weird. It's and like obviously he makes incredible music. There's no doubt about that. It's just crazy though that you just see like the most random people talking about him to are like someone who I don't expect really to I don't know, be into music more than like what you see on like the Billboard charts or hear on like a radio station. They're like, oh yeah, I love Blade. Like what the fuck?
Exactly, bro. He's just so good.
Yeah, it is really crazy how his music is just sort of continues to transcend. But yeah, shout out to Blade, man. Jamie, if you're not making music, where can you find LOL Jamie?
Shit, bro. I'll be on the game.
Yeah,
Sometimes I've been back on the game. I've been playing this one game, Diablo. It's pretty good.
yeah,
I've been playing Overwatch. I just started like watching the Scott Pilgrim show. I
yeah.
fucking love Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim versus
It's
the
pretty
World is one of the
good.
great movies of our time, man. Um,
Should I be in the gym? I mean, shit, I
Hell
just
yeah.
nigga
No,
shit.
I was gonna bring
Uh,
that up, bro.
uh,
I've been seeing you posting shit in the Crunch Fitness all the time, man. Been in my fair share of Crunch Fitnesses in my time as well.
yeah, shout out
Getting
Crunch Fitness.
getting swollen there, man. I love to see it. I absolutely love to see it. Jamie, who is an artist that one day you need to work with? Any artist in the world that
Hmm.
you can get a song with.
I want to work with Future. I want to do a song with Future so fucking bad, bro.
Future. What would the vibe of the track be? Sort of be.
That's the crazy part because it's like Future's like a nigga that can do anything. So it's like I just want to get like one studio session in with Future and just we just do like fucking 50 songs or something like that.
So far. I not you and Future be so far together, but I mean, you also are someone who can pretty much do everything too, though, in my opinion. So I'd be very, very, very excited to do that. To hear that, excuse me. Jamie, the year is 2028. It's 5 years from now.
Oh
Where are you
shit.
gonna be? What's the future gonna look like for you? Can you paint a little picture for the audience out there?
Shit, man. I don't know. I'll probably wake up at fucking 6 a.m. again. Be recording.
Hey,
Going through
listen,
my
man.
fucking
There's nothing
email.
wrong with that. But would you like at that point the career to be music, you doing what you do, like, that sort of a thing? Can you paint that picture too? Like, what do you think it's gonna look like? Obviously, you're still gonna be out recording though, regardless.
I don't know, bro. I mean, not to have like too many expectations when it comes to this shit. Cause
Hmm.
it's like, in my opinion, it's like the more you think about that type of stuff, it's like the more unsatisfied you're gonna be. So it's like I just try to take the shit day by day, you know? Like I don't really try to like, oh, like what am I gonna be doing here? What am I gonna be doing there? Like you gotta be strategic about it a little bit. Like you gotta, think and stuff, but at the same time, I feel like you don't want to be too attached to shit.
Without a doubt, I 100% agree. Everything is a day by day. Take it day by day. Every incremental little 1% of progress is just as meaningful as the next one, man. So, it's important to just make sure you're living in that moment. I just like to ask that question because I'm curious, if you could forecast what the future could look like, on some, Selena Gomez, Wizards of Waverly Place type shit. Snap your
Like a
fingers
clairvoyant and see in
and
the
it's like,
future.
this is what it looks like. Um, but yeah, you'll still be up at 6 a.m. recording. That's what we need to know, though. That's the most important part. The grind will never stop. Jamie,
I'm
man,
not planning on stopping anytime soon.
no, not at all, and you shouldn't. Jamie, this has been real as fuck, man. Like I said, I was so excited to have you on, and I think that people are gonna really fuck with this one, considering who you are and what you just bring to the table, man, as an artist. But tell the people, where can they find you? The people.
Uh, Instagram, LOL Jamie one. That's pretty much the only social media platform I'm like super active on.
Hmm.
I mean, like I respond to like my SoundCloud DMs and like my comments and shit, but like that's pretty much it.
Nothing like getting a random SoundCloud DM, man, nowadays on the phone.
But I
Never.
love seeing that little blue circle on the little envelope. It shit
Yep,
makes me
yep.
so happy.
Dude, it's so crazy that they finally added DMs to the app. Like that is like the simplest thing we could think of like what SoundCloud needs to get better. And I'm well, glad they finally did it though. But interesting company to say the least. Jamie, though, the last part of the podcast, a closing statement. Anything you want to leave the people with, the floor is yours. What do you got to say?
Shit, man. Just like be patient with yourself. Like change takes time and shit. So don't try to like think that you need to change overnight or that you need to like be improving like every single second of the day. Like, just be patient with yourself and just stay humble, perfect the craft, that type of shit.
Beautiful. Simple as that. Oh, Jamie, man. You're a legend. Thank you so much for coming on the pod, man, today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate the opportunity.
Yes, sir. Anytime. And to everyone listening to the Expressions podcast, thank you very much. Make sure to go check out though Son of James Volume 1. Do not fuck that up, ladies and gentlemen. Do not fuck that up.
Hell yeah.
Regardless, to everyone listening to the Expressions podcast, thank you very much. And until next time.